Cody? Well, what was your summer vacation like?
It was work. Yeah, I got after it. I went back to California and trained out there, and was stuck in my playbook. Was throwing 5-6 times a week. Was doing everything I could, to kind of get a head start on fall camp. And I've never had a training camp before, so I wanted to come in as prepared as I possibly could be.
Did you do the Tom House thing?
Yeah. I worked with Tom. Worked with by myself on some stuff with everything we do, and our playbook. Went out there and called our plays out and ran them, and just did everything I could without actually getting a live practice to simulate a practice, and kind of doing all the drills we do out here and doing everything, throwing to Tom and throwing to some live receivers and throwing to some other guys. But I think the biggest part for me was the throwing was great and all that, but the mental side of it. Studying the playbook, starting studying defenses as well, and getting ahead in that was my biggest part.
Were you with Robert, or were you on your
Yeah,
own?
Rob came out there. I threw with Robert for a little bit, and we got to work together for a while, and it was cool, getting to throw with him, and just still learning from him, and him, giving me teaching points even when we're, away from the facilities, and it was cool for me, and we had a great time, and we had a lot of hard work, and I felt like I improved, a lot in the stuff that they wanted me to work on, throwing wise, in the playbook, everything.
What do you expect out of your first NFL training camp?
I think for me, I've always been a perfectionist, so I get a little frustrated when I don't get it right the first time. But for me, I got to know it's a learning process. But I don't use that as an excuse. I still know that I want to come in and not make mistakes and eliminate mistakes. But I think the biggest thing for me is just progress. Continue to improve. Don't make the same mistakes twice. Don't make the same mistakes I made in the spring with OTAs and mini camp. But I'm excited. I'm excited to compete. I'm excited to get out here in front of the fans and kind of get the vibe, of a real training camp. And I've already got to see how great Cleveland was. So now I get to, practice in front of some of the fans and with the rest of the guys. And it's just, great to be back and get started.
How do you approach the competition? I mean, you got Robert, obviously, who's done great things in the past.
Yeah.
Josh has been around a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, so where do you fit into this legitimately this season?
Yeah, I'm the rookie, so I'm the guy that's learned from these older guys. But at the same time, like I said before, I want to compete. And that's kind of how I've been my whole life, and I've always competed, and I've kind of always had that blue collar, mentality to come in and work hard. But you said it best. Robert's a great player. Josh is one of the best, vets, best minds in football, I think, and he's taught me so much, since I've got here. And same thing with Robert, and Austin, another guy who started a couple games and has played in live reps, are guys that I'm just kind of clinging to, and I'm listening to everything I can and trying to learn from them. And I think it's really cool when I do something wrong, they'll get on me, but at the same time, it's a teaching point, so it's kind of constructive criticism the whole time. And Josh especially, Josh is really hard on me, but, we have sometimes away from football talk and just say, man, I want to see you be good. I want to see you be great. I want to, teach you everything I know. And he's done a great job of that, and it's been awesome to learn from such, a great vet.
The coach came out yesterday and said he's going to name his starting quarterback for preseason. How do you feel about that? Is it good? Bad?
Yeah, it doesn't change my mentality. It's my mentality still the same. I'm going to come out and control what I can control. And that's how I play, and that's how I practice, and that's how I learn the playbook, and learn defenses and do everything the right way. And for me, I'm just excited, to have an opportunity to come out and learn from OTAs and minicamp and come out to training camp. But it doesn't change, my thought process. I want to continue to do what I do and continue to control what I control and improve and learn from these other guys still, and whatever that decision may be, it's not going to change my process even after that. I'm still going to continue to prepare like a starter, compete, but at the same time, like I said, learn from the older guys.
Cody, how does your mindset change, though, that now this is your profession, this is your livelihood, and what you hope to do for the next, 10 or 15 years?
It's awesome. It's very humbling, and I've talked to my brother Dylan a couple times about it, and he asked me, he's like, is it hit you yet? You're playing the NFL, and I told him no. I said I haven't done anything yet. Just getting here. Obviously, it's something you take pride in, and it's been a long journey, but I want to stay here. I want to be here for a while, and I want to continue to play and continue to improve. But I'm very thankful for this opportunity, and at the same time, though, I haven't done anything yet. I still got to prove myself. I still got to work hard. I still got to do things the right way and show that I can play in this league.
Robert just implied that neither you nor Josh can run a 4.3. Is that true?
That's very true. That's very true. I think I ran a 4.8 at the combine or something. But I played basketball, so I was always more quick than I was long stride fast. So that kind of transitioned to football for me. I played point guard in basketball all the way up until I got to college, and it always helped me with my footwork. Kind of being quick in small spaces. But No, that's correct. I cannot run a 4.3.
4.3.
I wish I could run a 4.3, maybe a 4.330, but
Obviously, you knew a lot about RG3 before you got here, but what did you learn about him during that time spent with him over the spring?
he really is a pro. You know, the way he does things, the way he talks about everything. He's a real just professional vibe to him. He cares about the game. He cares about the position, and it's been great for me to learn from him. You know, and the same thing with Josh and Austin. But yeah, Robert has been great for me. You know, he's been a teammate, a friend, someone who's helped me out as almost a mentor. You know, in a way, and I've just been trying to learn from him as much as possible and learn from Josh and pick up things that I can that I wouldn't know, you know, being a rookie, things that they only can teach me. And obviously I know it'll be different, you know, than getting told one thing but actually doing it on the field. But when we're off the field, I'm picking their brain, you know, as much as possible.
Cody, now that you've practiced against RG3 or with RG3 and Josh, how would you say your game is different than those two?
I don't know. I've studied them mentally more so, watched them mentally. I think, you know, Robert does a great job of getting the ball out on time and being athletic in the pocket, being quick with the ball. And Josh is just a guy that's a vet. You know, he knows where to put the ball every time, and you rarely see him, you know, make the wrong call or make the wrong read. He always knows where to go with the ball. So I'm trying to pick up from that, but at the same time, you know, I've always been, you know, more on the mental side of it as well. You know, just being smart with making calls, you know, running the right play, getting in the right position, but also being very accurate. You know, and that's something that I've always taken pride in. And you know, on the offseason, I've worked on my long ball as well, and then getting some more, you know, getting deeper on the ball and being able to push it down the field more. But I don't know. I think everyone, you know, brings something different, but we're all similar in some things. But I guess whatever some of my weak points might be now going to the NFL, I want to learn from them and pick up and see how they do things.